But that wasn't the thing. The thing was that they have sponsors. You had Castle Lager sponsoring teams. Let me bring it down. There are players now. Okay, Sundowns pays. There are players now that earn 10 million naira a month. So if you say, how do you compare? I don't know what you're comparing. Obviously, the player will look at it from the money point of view.
What would be the least earner? What would be the bracket of the least earner in South Africa as a footballer today?
Compared to the 50,000 rand. I will calculate. I think,
but I think
a million naira.
So the difference there will then be that they have a lot more sponsors and maybe different organization of the game than we do have here.
I've had big fights with the FA. At the point they tagged me a rebel because there are things that needs to be done that we're not doing here. Again, I had a big fight with Amaju Pinnick even when he got in here. I said, hey, if you need to save football, save the players. The thing about it is that we make a lot of noise. You hear of the league management board. We don't need to hear about them. They're not important to us. It's the players that make the league. When you in England, do you know the FA president? You don't know him. If you go to America, you don't know the FA president.
But they have those rules that ensure that things are properly done.
Here you hear more of our officials than our players. The players, you can't even buy a car. I went to Port Harcourt the other day to watch a game, and after the game, you see players going home and taking taxis. It's not possible.
I get your point, but isn't it that when we do fix the challenge we've got about organization and administration, then you could have corporate bodies come into the game and the players can all be happy?
That has been the argument. Have we had competent people running the game? Have we had people that think, well, things are beginning to change already. Yeah. Things are beginning to change. If you don't put the players, like when I was playing for the national team, it was a big fight. If European players, I was playing local, immediately European players would come to the camp. They would degrade you. You are nothing. You are absolutely nothing, because once they change $200, you are looking for them to give you boots. I remember once I went with national team. We're in Ethiopia. Daniel Amokachi was my roommate. I was like a slave. You are in the room with him. He's with all these gadgets, with earrings everywhere. And on the table is my roommate. On the table, it's a bundle of dollars. And you can't steal it. It's your roommate. It's your friend. You see money on the table.
That intimidated you?
It is. Oh, why wouldn't it intimidate you? You're earning 7,000 naira. Remember when I told you when I left? And on your bed says your roommate. There's a bed here. There's a bed. He was my roommate. It's always been my roommate. And he come, he would get to the room. He opens his wallet. You go drink Coke. But there's lump sum of money here. You are intimidated. You go for training. When you tackle them, they say, please, don't spoil my career for me.
You said that things are changing. How do we take it to the next level?
You have to invest in the players. I have said this over and over again. What keeps channels is the faces you see. And once you're not happy, there's a problem. You have to invest in the players. There has to be laws. You have to sign agreements. They have to begin to sign. The companies shouldn't even be really talking to the manager. Talk to the players. These are the players that sell. I see adverts on channels where they are. Just saw it this morning. Victor Moses. You know how much they would have given him. And what about the league players? What about
those companies you talk about, the local players? Talk to the local players as well. But the national team, there's a buzz there now. The coach seems to be getting some players, identifying some key talents outside international scene, bringing them back to the Eagles. You think that these Eagles can go all the way?
You have times and seasons in football. There are dry seasons and there are very rainy seasons, and I think it's raining on Nigeria now. I've had Bex that just appointed Baxter, and I've appointed.
He's boasting that he'll deal with Eagles.
He's making noise. He's a noise maker. He's a noise man. This is Nigeria. This is Nigeria. They fear us. When I say they fear, they not respect. Respect. Fear is another level of respect. We intimidate them. You know, there's this thing about us, and this is what we lost. We lost the pride of being Nigerians. You know, anywhere we enter in the world, there's this presence about us, and we use it when we're playing in our own time. At a particular point, they started inviting every Dick, Tom, and Harry. My first game was against Zimbabwe. So in goal for Nigeria, I was crying. I was crying because I was wearing the national team jersey, and it's been a dream for me.
Okay. But pardon me, I hate to interrupt you. We need to go to break, but we'll be back in a moment. Don't go away.